Now, Kenyans are discussing the recently launched Building Bridges initiative, a report intended to address cyclical election violence and unite citizens. Aden Duale, the majority leader of Kenya's National Assembly and member of the ruling coalition JUBILEE, spoke with Africa 54 managing editor Vincent Makori about the security and issues of priority for citizens.
Do you personally see a problem and a conflict where government officials and senior government people engage too seriously in business while they're serving the government? Do you see a conflict of interest?
It is completely a conflict of interest. The conflict of interest bill should be delivered to Parliament from the Attorney General next month when we resume.
Yeah.
Even there's a conflict of interest for a member of Parliament to be in the legislature and to go and defend a corrupt individual in court, for example, governors. So the earlier the better that we bring and implement that piece of legislation, that you either choose to be in government, or you choose to be in the private sector, or you choose to be in the legislature, or you choose to be in the judiciary.
I want to ask you how the situation is with security in Kenya, so that the Minister Matiang'i has said that they're starting a kind of a new system now, a new regimen of security measures. What's going on? I mean, the country has been under attack for a long time.
No, I think the last few months, there were a number of attacks both in coast region and north part of Kenya. Government have realized that they need to have a new strategy in the war against al-Shabaab, in number of areas, involvement of community, because a number of the insurgents elements are people who have been recruited from the locality earlier. So there's ingrown.
Why has it taken such a long time to think of a new strategy? Because these attacks didn't start yesterday, and the al-Shabaab has been constant in their attacks. I mean, what changed? What did the government not know?
No. I mean, still, what brought the change was al-Shabaab have also, as a guerrilla organization, have changed their tactic. They use IEDs. They do local recruitment. So the change of strategy was that it's good to have special forces trained for this kind of warfare, different from the normal police officers who are in the region. Two is to make sure that our military, our defense forces, apart from their engagement in Somalia, also monitor the border excursion. Third is to make sure that we create a community policing in all the villages, where the community is on board and they can document for who is under al-Shabaab and who is not. So the nature of terrorism calls for change of strategy.
Yeah. Now, some have actually said, why not pull back the forces that are in Somalia and instead you let them take care of the people at home instead of stretching all those resources for no good reason?
I mean, I think it's more safer to work with partners and Somali government to destroy the infrastructure of al-Shabaab. If we pulled out of Somalia, including Kismayu, al-Shabaab will take over Kismayu. They'll have constant...
Aden Duale, majority leader in Kenya's parliament, will be back.